Hey guys, Marvel Fan 45 here, and I decided to do my reviews in more of a podcasting type format, so you could basically watch them, listen to them, so you can just enjoy the review more thoroughly. And so you could be at work or driving, and you could just turn it on and not worry about me putting up photos or something. But today I've got an interesting review for you. So today we're going to be reviewing the Invincible Armour. If you're a Kung Fu movie fan, you've probably heard of this. It's one of the classic Kung Fu movies. It's up there with can't believe I'm saying this, but in my opinion, it's up there with Enter the Dragon. Not comparing the two, because Enter the Dragon is better, which we'll have a review on that eventually. But just to give you an idea of how, it's how badly good it is. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to talk about. So, as I said, it was made in 1977. Who was the director? It was I forgot his name, but I believe it was Hong something. I'm sorry I forgot this, guys. I'm embarrassed I forgot it, but yeah. But he's made Jackie Chan movies. The one bump in his career was Game of Death 2. It's sad he made that, but once again we'll be reviewing all the Bruce Lee movies. Not the Criterion set, because I don't personally enjoy Criterions. I know that's a controversial opinion, but I don't like Criterions, but that's for another video. So, the story of how I ended up watching this movie was me and a friend I've been introducing him to movies. We started with he needed to get introduced to cinema, so I just showed him Goodfellas, and now we haven't watched a movie in a little while, so I was going to show him an action movie. So we were originally going to watch Bloodsport, and we were on Zoom. But Bloodsport wouldn't come up, so we just went on YouTube and we're like, okay, Kung Fu movies, let's see what comes up. And we randomly click on the Invincible Armour, and that may have been the best choice of the night. Sorry to any fans of Bloodsport. Well, once again, review of Bloodsport coming eventually. But, so we find the movie, and it's just amazing. I mean, if you want to watch an action movie with your friends and they can watch badly dubbed Kung Fu movies, or they're a Kung Fu movie lover, just watch this with them. It's such a great time. But the plot. Okay. So warning. In this movie, this plot was a bit hard to keep up with, but you're just there for the fight scenes. Let's be real. You're there for the fight scenes. So basically, the plot is there is a second minister, I think. He's a minister of a region. There's this dude who's the minister of a region. He gets assassinated, and all these people are hunting for the assassin, and that's the plot. There's probably more in depth to this, but that is the basics of the plot. But warnings for this movie: the dubbing is bad. The fight scenes are filmed excellently. The choreography is you're watching dancing, basically, because there's a spear fight near the end where the main character, sort of main character, because there's multiple people you follow, is basically confronting the main villain, and he gets this. The main villain is sort of like Palpatine, so he goes, okay, come fight me, but you gotta fight my royal guards first, because I want to know how strong you are. And so he fights the royal guards, but they aren't exactly, there's personal guard, but he's the minister, but they're his personal guard, so the royal guard. That was sort of a spoiler. The villain is the minister, but you're there just for the fight scene, so sorry about that if you were afraid of being spoiled. But basically, the villain has one weakness because he does this technique called the iron stance, which if you've seen Jet Li's Fearless, which we'll review eventually because that movie is amazing in my opinion. One of the villains in the beginning uses the iron stance, but like nowhere near to the level of this movie. So basically, he's like, basically at the beginning of the movie you get this introduction, and it says, okay, so there's two types of supreme kung fu. There is the breathing technique, the iron stance, and then there's the second technique, the eagle stance attack, basically. The eagle style. But the villain has mastered the iron style and the eagle style. So he's the most broken person ever. Like, if you just look up one fight with him, like, at one point they stab him in the throat and nothing happens. This movie does get a little brutal at times, like all kung fu movies do. But this is another movie I don't see talked about a lot, because like, I'm a huge kung fu movie fan. Like, I love Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Gordon Liu. Gordon Liu is great too. But this was my first mainly Shaw Brothers era movie. It isn't the Shaw Brothers, they didn't make this. But it's sort of their style of action. But I've only seen fight scenes of Shaw Brothers movies, but this is the first old kung fu movie I've seen. I'm gonna try and watch more so I can review them on the channel, because they're, once again, experiences. Sorry about the clicking noise in the background. Don't know what it is, but you'll have a great time watching this. Oh, another thing, the sound effects are horrible, as in all kung fu movies. Well, not all kung fu movies, like wuxia movies are like... Wuxia movies is going to be an entire series on this channel. I'm going to just do an entire set of reviews for wuxia movies, because that's how I got into kung fu movies. Because, like, I thought The Matrix had good fight scenes, because it does have really good fight scenes. It's choreographed by the guy who did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Fearless, The Hero, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. I have a controversial opinion on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but another video. But there's so much to talk about here. Oh yes. And so these reviews will be, more of a podcast thing. So if you're enjoying this, like the video. But there is one issue with the movie, but it doesn't affect how I watched the movie, because I just watched it out of pure enjoyment and randomly picked it. But I think there are 3 characters, or 4. I think it's 4, who all look the exact same. They're same beard, same outfit. It's bizarre, but it stars John Liu, Jung Hung Lee, Shang Wang, and Hoi Sang Lee. I probably just butchered those pronunciations. But almost all of these actors are big in Kung Fu movies. Like, they've all been in them. They all have experience. So, like, you can expect top tier fight scenes. Oh, and then another thing, like, everything in this movie is basically just an excuse for a fight scene. Like, every 5 or 10 minutes there's a fight scene. And it's weird because you don't get tired of them, but it starts off with more like fist fights, but then, like, it gets into weapons. And the fist fights were amazingly choreographed. I enjoyed them a lot. But then when they got into this fight with this group called the Genghis 3, they get weapons, and it's one of the most entertaining things ever. Not that guy, someone just came and talked to me. But the fight with the Genghis 3 at the end, well, not the end, it's the second to last fight? No. The last fight is one big fight, but it's an experience. The way they use weapons is masterclass. I mean, it's shocking, but expect more Kung Fu reviews soon, and if you enjoyed the review, do whatever you want. Have a good day, stay safe, and stay quarantined.